Hello, I'm Father Mike Dekowitz, Director of the Addiction Recovery Ministry, and we've been looking at the steps for these past few weeks. And today we're going to take some time looking at step 4. Um, Before I do that, though, I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday. And if you watched my kind of presentation last week, helping you get through the holidays, I really hope that was helpful for you. So let's now look at step 4. Made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. This is a really tough step because, as a culture and society, and also as individuals, we really avoid being quiet. We really avoid being alone. We fill our life with all kind of noise and activity. We're not a terribly introspective people. We fill our world with all kinds of distractions. We live most of our lives on the surface. We really often don't want to go too deep into who we are. Perhaps we're afraid to look beyond that thin surface of our lives. When we come to step 4, we are challenged to go to where we often do not want to go, especially if you're suffering from some form of substance abuse disorder. To look beyond the surface, to see our lives as they really are, and then to own our own truth, to see that dark underbelly, that underbelly of our fears, our pain, our loneliness, to see and name our lives as they are, with all their contradictions, with all the hypocrisy and brokenness, to see, name, and claim who we really are is frightening. It's really scary stuff. We're traveling into the unknown. We're taking that journey within. And this journey within can be not just frightening, but it can be terrifying. We're afraid to find out who we really are. We have to take off our masks, all the masks we wear throughout our life. We have to see who we really are at our core. We have to come to know ourselves. And if you've been struggling with a substance abuse disorder, you really don't know who you are. My sponsor, he believed that we should be in recovery for at least a year before we begin this process. He believed that it took that long to clear the fog, to have the courage and honesty to begin that journey within. Remember, we do not travel this journey alone. We invite God, and God is with us as we journey and we begin to see, claim, and own our own truth. We begin to see our brokenness, our hypocrisy, our sin. God is with us in that journey, and this is when we really need to reach out to our sponsor to keep us honest and focused. We need to reach out to others in the program. They will help affirm and encourage us. There will be manifestations for us that God is present with us. This quest with God and others, although frightening and exhausting, is also liberating. Because once we are able to see ourselves as we are, to embrace who we are, to do that free of shame, we are able then to live in the brightness of the truth, to see ourselves as we are, to accept ourselves as we are, addicts or alcoholics in recovery. And in the midst of that brokenness, to know that we are loved, that we're loved first and foremost, abundantly and unconditionally by our God, that we are loved by others, that can free us from the shackles of shame, knowing and embracing God's love. and living in the realization that God loves us as we are, broken and sinful as we are. That allows us to maybe embrace and accept our own truth. And once we do that, we can see ourselves who we are, broken and sinful, filled with hypocrisy. Know that we are struggling to be good people, that we know that God is with us in that journey, and we have the support of other people in recovery. Then we can embrace the promise of growth. We can continue and begin our journey into recovery. And we're going to begin to move from self to others, to move from embracing who we are to sharing ourselves with each other. Step 4 is hard, but step 4 is necessary. So let's conclude today by together saying the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Thank you. Goodbye, and God bless.